Why not?
It is without a doubt that it pays to be racist in this country. Anyone who's denying that at this point is either blatantly lying or has their head in the sand. There are countless examples of people being racist and then it actually benefiting them in this country. I talked about this one lady who dropped the N-word in one of her videos when she was making content. People came for her. Then she was invited on Fox News. Then she got a podcast, a YouTube channel, made a pretty good bit of money from all of that. Then you have the one lady who went to a park, called a 5-year-old black kid the N-word. People came for her. So she put up a GoFundMe account because she lost her job. She made over $100,000 on that GoFundMe account. Recently, we had the Cinnabon racist. She calls some Somali people the N-word. People come for her. Cinnabon fires her. She puts up a GoFundMe, and the last I heard, it's somewhere around $100,000 as well. The excuses that people give for someone being provoked to use racial epithets is absolutely crazy to me. It is absolutely crazy to me because you cannot be provoked to become racist, but you can be provoked to reveal your racism. See, there was this one time where this Hispanic lady was absolutely harassing me. She was trying to accuse me of sneaking into a Pop Warner football game. It was at a school where I was coaching track. I had keys to the fence. I told the lady, I'm not trying to go into that game. I dropped my daughter off here for her cross-country practice. She's out on the run. That's what I'm doing is I'm waiting here to pick her up. I wasn't inside the football game. I was probably about 50 meters away from the gate that she was talking about. And I said, listen, when my daughter gets back from her run, we're going to get in our car and we're going to leave. I'm not trying to go to this football game. I was on the phone with a friend who's like, dude, is this lady serious right now? She was being loud. She was being very rude. I'm only remembering that she's Hispanic to talk about this in this video. What I'm telling you this for is because I was really pissed off at this lady for accusing me of things that I wasn't going to do, for literally telling me to my face that I was lying about dropping my daughter off and picking her up from cross-country practice. I was mad about it. At no point did I even consider calling her a derogatory term for Hispanic people because it is not in my vocabulary. I am not a racist. I won't be revealed as one because it's not in my vocabulary. So when I see videos from this guy that I'm about to show you guys, who's like, white people are just tired. We're just tired of it, man. She got provoked. It's dumb. It's dumb, it's gaslighting, and it's racist.
People are tired of it, frustrated. I'm talking about white people just being totally, I'm done. I'm saying what's on my mind. White people in this country have been pressured and guilted and lied about to an extreme that is best seen on a Cinnabon video. We'll get to that in a second.
It's funny how bad these people want to be the victim. They want to be oppressed so damn bad. This dude who's sitting at a beach is making a video about how white people have been pressed so much and they're so tired right now. And then he's going to tell you that the reason this woman resorted to racism in the Cinnabon video is because white people are just so tired. They're tired of being accused of things. They're tired of being pressed. This lady was just tired.
But think about how many times you've heard that as a white person, you are privileged. You have white privilege, and that you're a racist, and that you're a nationalist, and that you're a Nazi. You know, you can only take that language so many times until you sit and say, I'm going to fight back. There's only so many times you could be punched in the face until you put up a defense, and that defense is a hard offense.
First of all, Christian nationalists, white nationalists, American nationalists, nationalists in general wear that as a badge of honor. In fact, the MAGA movement is all around being proud to be a white Christian nationalist. But you know, white people who don't say or do racist or Nazi things don't get called racist or Nazis. They don't. In fact, how many times have white people had a fight with a black person, had an argument with a black person, but never called them the N-word? It happens a lot because if you aren't a racist, you don't say racist shit.
Let me take you to the Cinnabon video in case you haven't seen it. Imagine a 30-something blonde-year-old female. She's working behind the counter at Cinnabon, probably making minimum wage, if not, what, a few trickles over it? Going in there, dealing with customers, probably half of them a pain in the ass. But she still goes, and she proudly goes. There's videos of this girl showing the different buns she's making, you know, in a very kind of smiley way and trying to promote where she is that she works.
Make no mistake about it. If she were a black or brown person and she expressed her frustration or anger with working hard at a minimum wage job and having to deal with customers, this guy and every other white nationalist MAGA would be saying, get a better job, go back to college, do something, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. If you don't like where you work, do better for yourself. But because she's a 30-something-year-old blonde, oh, we're going to give her a little grace. I mean, come on. She shows up every day. She works hard. She even makes videos in a smiley kind of way about how much she just loves her job and promotes her job.
Well, these two Somalis come into Cinnabon, and allegedly, apparently, we don't know this. This is what is being told because we don't see it on video. Apparently, the Somalis gave this girl in Wisconsin a hard time that she didn't have a high job on to serve the Somalis.
Oh my God, it's not a high job, you idiot. And this allegedly, supposedly, we're not sure because we don't see it on video, but it's what we're being told. That's a lie. It's a lie because she thinks this somehow justifies her calling those people the N-word. But never in the history of this country have we heard of a Somali person or any other type of Muslim person demanding that some blonde person in a Cinnabon wears a hijab when they're serving them. It's a damn lie.
So the Somalis probably got into some kind of verbal fight with this woman, still at the point of where it's pretty low. And they decide they're going to film her. And she gets pissed. She says, "You're filming me?" And they said, "Yeah, we're filming you. You're a horrible person." And that's when she loses it. She gives him the middle fingers. She says, "You are," and she calls him the N-word. She says, "Get the hell out of my place. Screw you. Yeah, all right, I'm a racist. I'll tell the world I'm a racist." And she sort of loses it because she's had enough. She's been pushed. She's trying to just get through the day, make money, to try to go home and pay the bills, which are just so much money for everybody at this point. And then when you hear that the Somalians are stealing our money and sending it back to Somalia to support freaking terrorism.
Says who? Dude just made that up. Somalis are sending money back to their country to support terrorism? You're telling me these family people, these people who have wives and kids who go to church and go to school, they're funding terrorism? Who, mind you, most of them are American citizens. This is so damn dumb. And I like how at the beginning of this video, he said that white people are tired of being called racist. But then he says, yeah, and so she said, I'm a racist. So white people are so tired of being called racist that she admits she is a racist. And then she says the N-word, flips them off, but she was pushed because everything was cool until they started videotaping. That's where they draw the line. White people are pretty cool with arguing and everything, but if you start recording them, then you can't hold them back. It's just they have the right now to flip you off, tell you to get out of their country, get out of their store, call you the N-word and all that. Like, is this guy really listening to himself? And understand, like I said at the beginning, it pays to be racist in this country. There are several conservative pages that are reposting this video like this dude is saying something profound. all he's doing is announcing to everyone that, yes, he's a racist as well.
And then Somalians telling you how horrible it is that your country is. People are fed up. She's fed up. So what happens? Cinnabon fires her, and as a result of that, I will never eat at a Cinnabon ever again. It's garbage for you anyway.
I'm sure this guy never shopped at Target ever again, never drank Bud Light ever again, never watched the NFL ever again, and now he will never step foot in a Cinnabon ever again. They don't care. They don't care. They know what MAGA boycotts look like. Nothing. They do not care at all.
And so what happens is people, they say, you know what? We're supporting this woman. Right now, she has $100,000 raised for her online. Triple probably of what she makes in a year at Cinnabon. And what it is, it's an indication. It's not people putting money towards, hey, I like the fact that you said the N-word.
Actually, that's exactly why they're donating to her. And you know how I know? Because they're saying it in the comments. When they're donating that money, they have the option to leave a comment as well. And most of them are saying, you go. We like that you said the N-word. So yeah, you're wrong about that, and you know you're wrong, and the only reason you're making this video is because you like that she said the N-word. Never at any point of this video did you say she probably shouldn't have said the N-word, but she was frustrated. No, you're good with her saying the N-word. You think it's awesome that she said the N-word. That's why you're making the video. That's why she's popular. That's why you're popular. That's why people are donating to her, because it pays to be racist in this country. The only people who seem to have not figured that out are the black and brown MAGAs out there. And actually, I think they know as well. I think they realize they have a good grift going as well. They realize being a bootlicker, being the person that white people like this guy and the Cinnabon racists can point to and say, see, they agree with me too. They realize having all of that gets them paid. That gets them paid. So it's a grift for them. But make no mistake about it. The number one reason this girl at Cinnabon is popular right now, the number one reason why the lady at the park who called the kid the N-word became popular and made a bunch of money, is because people like that she called those people the N-word. That is why your video is popular. That is why she is popular. Because again, listen to me closely, it pays to be racist in America. Period.
Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in their heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the yacht.